Gonna have to catch up with him another time. Maybe we just need to have him on World's Greatest as one of our athletes that we're gonna interview. So tonight I'm super excited. I have one of my best friends who's gonna be on the show. She's not only a great athlete, she's a great person, but her accolades are also phenomenal. The one thing that I do have to say about my friend, which many of you know if you know her, on time is not in her DNA. I don't I don't know if she's ever been on time. And we going on 7 years. I don't know. I can't remember even for food, and we're very serious foodies. And I don't think that she's a food on time person either. So hopefully she's getting her outfit, her wardrobe together, and she'll be joining us soon. But y'all, this was the weekend for track and field, wasn't it? Wasn't this the weekend? It really, really was. We had NCAA performances that were phenomenal. We had professional performances that were phenomenal. I mean, I was just blown away. Just blown away. Yeah, and that look Devin gave the cameraman, I thought he was gonna say something, but I guess sometimes you just gotta let the look do it for you. It was like this real serious Devin that I feel like if you know him because he's a competitor, that's how he is, but we don't really see that side. We always get the smile inside and the host side. And this time we got like this Devin monster. And it was great. Rightfully so, rightfully earned. Congrats, Devin, third fastest time ever in the event. And I mean, look who it's to. Olympic silver medalist, world champion, Aries Merritt still holds it. Aries, you still holding on. You still holding on. What, 10 years later? You holding on, Aries, but I don't know for how long. But Aries Merritt, who was Olympic champion in 2012 and just had this crazy streak of 110 hurdles where he just kept running the same time. And he won the Olympics and he came back and broke the world record later. Yes. Oh, I didn't know it was going to take me away from it. I thought I would be just able to play it. What is all this noise? All these messages? I don't want to hear them. Oh no. That all this noise is a wrap. Wonder how I turn off the noise from my computer on the messages. I don't know. I don't know yet, but I hope people stop messaging me because it's really bothering me, the noise. Oh, play sound effect. Took it off. Ha! Ta-da! I'm a genius. Anywho, anywho, I text Phyllis. You know what? I end up getting it, Bob. It's a miracle. I text Phyllis, no telling. Um, let me just call her. Is that still me? You know what, y'all? That is too funny. That's not even my phone. I told them you're always late. I don't know you two have been early. But even without her computer, y'all, she'd be late. What does that? What's not necessarily mean? What percentage of the time are you late? Let's see if you're honest. Mhm. Mhm. So what percentage is that? Y- No, it can work on your phone, but it's better on your computer. Try it on your phone. Go ahead. I'm just all night. And we don't have all night. Do you know the game is on? The NBA finals. The NBA finals. This is why I love Phyllis. She really is always in a world of her own. She does not care about things like this, and I can't wait to bring her on so we can learn about the things that she cares about. You said who? He's been out for a long while, and that's okay. That Boston is in it. Boston, the Celtics, and dang, what's the other team? Oh, Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. That is a she doesn't really care about either of them. You see, she asked about LeBron, and that's okay. And that is not not Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, Phyllis. We have to bring her on here. We have to because this is just. And I gave them your name, but that's all right. I should have been like, can they guess your voice? Yes, I'm proud of you, Phyllis. You're doing it. Press the little hand that's up. That's like a little like raising their hand next to the chat bubble. I'm proud of you. Okay, okay, there's your hand. There's your. Okay. Oh, we're live. Ooh, come through here. I like that. Ooh, I like that back. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I can't hear you though. What happened to you? Uh-oh. No, wait a minute. What happened to the volume? Can you hear me? Oh, you cannot. Oh, wow. You can't hear me and I can't hear you. No, I can read your lips though. Very good. Oh, thank you. Yes. Okay. This is like sign language. I wonder if the audience can hear us. This is too fun. Have her close all the other apps on your phone. Oh, she can't hear me. Let me write this in the chat. Read the chat. Not, I was gonna say not this one. Not this one. Oh, this is too funny. This is too funny. I had a therapy session that was like this before. I was really struggling with the sound. Okay. I wonder if you need to refresh. Refresh. Now that you've done that, refresh your tab and okay. Oh, you can't hear me. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Maybe I should refresh my tab. But it's you. But you can't hear me either. Okay, hold on. Hear me? No, you can't. Oh, you can hear me. And I can hear me. Right. No. Can you hear me? Yeah, this this is sometimes kind of like how it is. Okay, she left and now she's gonna come back. That's hopefully that works. Hopefully that works. But anyway, I've learned with Phyllis. Phyllis is really that friend. You know how you have some friends and they're like, "Oh, I'm on my way," but they haven't gotten dressed. That's Phyllis. And I can't believe that she tried to sit there and say like, "Oh, I'm not late." Okay, let's see.
You. Let's just leave it there.
Okay,
Okay.
can you can hear me?
I can hear you. I can see you.
Amen. Yeah,
Amen.
listen, I was rubbing his hair, but she already had heard that reading my lips. And oh, hair
Thank you.
for the
I love your
people.
hair to your braids, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm loving
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So tell the people a little about yourself because who you are, what you do as in track, and then talk about what you do outside of track. And we'll just go from there. Tell us who you are, what you do, what university you went to, those kind of things. And then after that, I have something for you. So go ahead.
Okay. My name is Phyllis Francis. I'm a professional athlete. I specialize in the 400 and 200 meters. I went to University of Oregon.
Mm,
Um,
Devin would have loved this.
right. Oh, yes. Go Ducks! What
Uh,
else? Uh, I went to um a few world championships and Olympic champion. Well, my 2016, I went to Rio. That was pretty cool. Um, okay. I was like, oh no, the screen went blank. Okay. Um,
it's you.
yeah, yes, it is. I remember that. That was a pretty cool, crazy, crazy indoor meet for sure. What I like to do outside. Who am I outside of track? I'm a funny, lovable, bubbly person. I like to consider myself a comedian. Others think differently, but as long as I laugh at my jokes, I'm happy with that. I like to cook, dance, and do yoga. So that's just a little quick synopsis of who I am as a person. Jessica, you went out. Hello. Who's that? Bob? Hi, Bob. Am I still on? Yeah, I guess so. Well, hello, everybody. I guess I'm still on while we wait for Jessica to come in. How's everybody doing on this fine Monday evening? My life story in 60 seconds. Oh, gosh. Let me see if I can squeeze it in 60 seconds. So I was born, I'm from New York City. If you guys haven't heard from my accent's pretty fried now, but I'm from New York City. Um, I went to an all girls high school, fun fact, in Brooklyn, East Flatbush. Woo woo. After that, I went to University of Oregon for a track scholarship, and I was originally an 800, 1500 meter runner. I wasn't really a sprinter. I didn't sprint at all now that I think about it. But I think it was like towards the end of my freshman year, my coach was saying that, you know what, if you can run this 4x4 and you split 56 something, I'll consider training you for the 400. So that's what he did. Oh, hello. Is this Bob?
Phyllis, this is Bob. I'm joining
Hey,
you.
Bob.
I don't know what happened to Jess, but this there we're a startup, and sometimes there's tech issues. So
Right.
I thought there was zero chance that I was on going to be jumping into co-host, but here I am. Good thing I got a haircut today here in Seattle, Washington. It's pretty tight on the sides. I don't know what you
Right,
think,
right.
but
Oh, I like it.
yeah, my
Okay.
my wife hasn't even seen it yet. I'm
Ooh, okay.
traveling. So you and I have not met. I can't believe it. So I'm founder of World's Greatest, um, and we're building a platform that's all about Olympic athletes, in particular track and field. Um, you're someone that we've been wanting to have on the show. For some reason, you and I have never met. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad we're
So
meeting now,
we're
virtually at least.
we're meeting now somehow, but we'll see when we meet again. So
Yes.
normally I'm in New York City, live in New York City. We're based in New York City, but we're now traveling, doing all sorts of shoots all over the country. Um, we're going to end up next week in Eugene, Oregon for some reason. Hmm, I wonder why. So
Right.
we were shooting with Devin Allen yesterday. I was not there, but I had a crew there with him. We've been embedded with Devin for 4 years. Um, and we're shooting him out in Oslo. But this is not about Devin. This is about you. So I want to hear. Give me your life story in 60 seconds. But let's take away all the athletics. So I want to hear where you grew up, all your personal stuff. Then we'll come back around and talk about athletics because that's what everybody knows. I want to hear what people don't know.
Oh, okay.
Ready? You're on the
Ready.
clock. Ready?
Oh, okay. Let me know when to go.
Go.
Okay,
Ready?
cool.
Go.
I grew up in New York City. I was actually born in the Bronx. Then I moved to Queens. Um, I went to an all girls high school. I used to sketch. I wanted to be um, an anime artist, believe it or not. But then, I don't know. I kind of just lost interest in that, and I started running track. But before track, I used to actually play soccer. Um, besides
Or
that,
or
um,
football. We don't know,
or football, right? For the
as they call
Europeans
it.
out there.
Jess is texting me now, trying to get back in on the. So now I'm playing producer on air like she was doing a second ago. But
Oh,
keep going.
keep going.
This is a
Um,
fun show.
I've always wanted. I wanted to run. And this is a weird dream I've always wanted to do before track. Was to perform in a circus. Hey, Jessica, what's up? Perform in a circus.
Jess is
Um,
back.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
or be a gymnast. But
Why
I
did
was
you
too
wanna?
tall. I was too tall. I was too tall for that. So I'm trying to think what else.
Jess, I'm
Yeah.
just staying in at this point. I'm the
Okay.
in case anything goes
Anything
wrong.
else happens, I
I'm the
understand.
backup plan going on
I,
right
I
here.
like it. I like it. So that's all I can think of right now. I know I still have more time. But I feel like I'll go
Wait,
over.
do you like to cook? What's going on? Tell us
Did
some of
she
that
say
kind of
she was
stuff.
I
from
do
Queens?
I do love to cook. I mainly cook plant-based for myself, but socially I will eat chicken and other things when I'm around amongst my
And
friends.
cheese,
Huh?
macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese, yes.
She's not. She's plant based, but she's not giving up cheese.
Yeah, no,
Hey,
it's kind of hard. I'll probably cut it down, but I just can't get rid of cheese. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just
all
what
right.
it is.
Well, next time we see each other in New York, we're gonna go to Marie's Cheese, so you can.
Oh my gosh,
It's
yes.
like the best.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yes. I have my Pepto Bismol on standby just in case I get a little gassy or anything like that.
I wait a minute. While I've been thrown into the fray, now Jess, me, I can't
Yeah,
resist asking questions.
I know.
So how did you
Okay.
how did you guys meet? Tell me about the first time you guys met.
Oh,
It was probably memorable. I want to hear that.
It's probably different from both of our experiences, but I'm curious to hear yours.
yeah.
Go ahead, Jessica. What was your
What?
like, how did we
Yes.
meet?
We first met at um World Relays
Mm-hmm.
in the Bahamas, and Phyllis and I were roommates, so we randomly got room together, and I was just telling her about based off my previous experience, like, hey, you're new, you're young, there's a lot of politics in the sport. So just go out there and have fun and do your best. And don't, as long as you do that, don't worry about it. And I know we were coming off a really big year. That was 2013 then. World Relays 2013, was it? 2014. 2013.
2015.
But I thought it was okay. Okay.
Because you ran the last one, but I wasn't there for
No,
that.
remember we no. Okay, yeah. You're right, because that was World Championship year in Beijing. Everything was that year? Are you
Yes,
sure? I thought
I
it was the
know.
year
We
before.
bonded. We
Wait,
bonded during
wait.
that time.
When was Portland indoor?
The next year, 2016, it was during the Olympic
Okay,
year.
you're right. Okay, so in 2015, Phyllis ran so well on her leg, and I I pretty much kind of want to just prepare her for disappointment. Like, I know you ran well, but you're new here, and there's too many other big name veterans that I don't think you'll get an opportunity to run. And I mean, she split fast, so I already knew like I was gone. So I'm talking about like the super big names that were like medalists coming off the previous years. And like, to her surprise, I remember her coming back like, they said I'm running. And I was like, okay. And she was just, I was like, well, I'm happy to hear that. Like, that makes me happy. And um that was our first encounter, I guess. And we went, what was that? They had something like afterwards for us with like confetti or something, and
They
that was
did.
pretty. Yeah, that was
They
pretty
did.
cool. And I was just like, wow, like, like I said, the year before, I watched her at the indoor win the national championship because I was a volunteer assistant coach at A&M at the time. She broke the American record, so I was like, oh, I'm glad I get to, somebody who runs fast, or you hear different stories about different people and you don't know how they're going to be. So that was my first experience, and I had felt so bad. Like, I hope she doesn't be like, why would she, like, she hating on me, like, I
That's
was
what
like,
I
I
thought
just
when you
wanted to,
said it. I was
no,
thinking,
see, and so it's something that I told her that then, because by the time the end of the year came, we saw politics come into play, and it solidified our friendship.
No, it really
Politics
did. It was like
solidified
a
our friendship.
foreshadowing of what was to
Yeah,
come when you mentioned all of that stuff at
yeah,
the
which was
relay.
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So, which is crazy because I was like, man, she's gonna be like, why does she try to, like, as a older person that's in it, like, she just was trying to, I don't know what she was thinking, but I was like, I hope it's not too bad. So yeah, that's the very
hey,
first time that I and it was kind of like random because we didn't know each other. But I'll let her. I feel like the part that Phyllis is gonna tell you when we first met is when we were at Worlds and we were roommates then, because
Yeah.
then, go ahead and tell it, because Phyllis
Yeah.
Phyllis was on my nerves.
We did meet at World Relays, I will say. And I was a little nervous. I remember, you don't know this. I remember calling like um what was my manager at the time? I was like, I'm rooming with Jessica Beard. Oh my gosh, she's super fast. I'm nervous. I used to think that the Texas A&M girls were mean. So I was like mean girls. Oh, hopefully she'll be nice. And then I came
look
in
at that
super
smile.
late.
How can you think it's a mean girl?
Huh?
We
Oh well, I
never
wasn't sure.
smiled
It was my
at
I
the
know.
first
meets.
time.
Yeah, you're very.
So I remember I came in super late at night, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's probably gonna get mad 'cause I came in. I was such a goober. Um, come in, and she was like, I said, hello, sorry I'm late. She's like, oh, hello, good evening, how are you? I was like, wow, she's really friendly. Okay. And then very inviting. I didn't know anybody because I was new to the circuit. So I was pretty much kind of like following Jessica around. And I was like, wow, Jessica, a whole vibe. Like, she's nice. She's welcoming. So that was cool. But then we really bonded at Worlds because like she mentioned again, a lot of politics were involved. I shouldn't say, sorry, my dog wants to come over.
Morty.
Aw,
Right. My son right
Morty.
here. Yeah. a lot of politics were involved with that, and people usually fall in line with that. But I would say we were the, you
Like
know,
rebels.
yeah, we were
Yeah,
the first.
people would probably consider us
I'm trying to
rebels.
be politically correct about it,
Let's
but
not.
yeah, we
Let's
were
not.
on the same page with certain things,
Yeah. And we like
and
took a stand and I was like, fine.
we
I mean,
did.
it got to a point where it's like, I won't run then. And then they looked at Phyllis to run and Phyllis like, I'm not running either. And
Right.
it's like, okay, well, we made a hard decision together, and
We did.
we did end up running, which is so funny. We did end up running, but that really just kind of solidified our friendship in that moment because it was just like, oh my gosh, like you take a stand for something, you don't always know how it's gonna turn out for you. You don't know how far politics is gonna play a role or if politics becomes bigger than performance or whatever the case might be. And so for Phyllis and I, we almost didn't run that next morning because we had to get up like 6 in the morning. We had
Yeah,
to
it
get
was
up at 6 in the
early.
morning because in Beijing, like the track was like what 2 hours away or something like that, like an hour and a half away.
It was
Maybe it was
far.
far. And then
Wow.
prelims were at like 11:30 or something. So we had to really get up early, and it took a lot for us to put. Well, for me, I'll just speak for myself, but because I was like, "Come on, Phyllis," and she's like, forget
Right.
them. I'm like, that's such a good idea. Like, let's just stay here. And to me, I was like, but this isn't really who we are. And I know I didn't want that to be. I don't think I was as scared of the consequences as much as it was. I don't want a narrative to be painted about who we really are by other people if we don't show up. Like, oh, they were X, Y, and Z. It was just like, okay, we'll show up. And once we did make a decision to show up, it was to me it felt like it was for each other. A lot of times when you're on a relay, I feel like it's for, you feel like it's for your country or it's for whatever your goals are. But this time, like I said, we just kind of felt like two women out, you know, out there. And so it was like, all right, this is for each other. And Phyllis was really big and instrumental in saying, because it had a lot to do with like the relay order and things like that. And she was like, "I'll run first." And I didn't know how Phyllis would do. I was like, I wonder if she's gonna get out here and jog and like blow the whole thing. Like in my mind, I was like, because if she does, I will too. Like there were so many different
We
things,
talked about
so
it
many
too.
different terrible things. I was like, I guess I could. Since I said I was like, then run 53. I was like,
Yeah.
no, because I'm like, they're gonna blame, they're gonna say like, wow, you stunk it
Exactly.
up. So then it was like still being able to put all, that's a big part of sport just in general. I feel like that's the lesson. A lot of times things are gonna come and you're not really gonna know what decision is really the best one, but you choose what you feel like is best for you. And um you want whatever you decide, you are 100% in it. And so that was super important. I mean, we had like one of the fastest qualifying times. I
We
mean, Phyllis
did.
opened that mug up. Phyllis opened it up big. So I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll do my part too. And um it that really solidified our friendship and our bond. And it allowed, it kind of just showed me who's, because Phyllis could have been like, I mean, she's younger than me. She's, this is her. Was that your first team, your first outdoor world team?
Yeah, it was. I was
Yeah, your
nervous.
first
Yeah.
team. So yeah, you were a senior in college, right? Or your first
No,
year out?
I just graduated, and I just graduated from college, and I was out there. So it was, yeah, just being around all of that. I was like, oh my gosh, it can kind of get messy with the politics and
Yeah.
the relay placements. So it was nice to actually like find an individual like Jessica herself that saw more about the core value and what was fair, because you don't really stumble upon people like that. And I picked up on it. I was like, all right, this is, we're gonna be friends for a long time. I like that. I really do. That's something I hold very high in life. People like their standard and their morals and whatnot. So
So this is um clearly this is why I was thrust into the show because I already have a million questions, but this is not my show. It's
Oh, go ahead.
Jessica's show.
Just hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn on the light because it's dark. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Phyllis,
Oh,
your background is red.
no,
yeah.
it's
Let
first
me
of
see.
all,
Let me see
it's
the
not
lighting.
red. It's
It's
not red.
orange,
It is orange. Thank
tangerine.
you.
Oh, it looks red.
It's
So the
like a
light
burnt.
does give
It
it
looks
more
red.
like a orange.
It looks a
No, the
little
light
Okay,
gives it
hold
a
on.
burnt orange.
orange.
Yeah,
The light gives it a orangey.
Okay, how about now?
Okay. No,
that's.
you could turn the
Oh,
light back on. You can
It's
keep it
okay.
on.
It's
You
okay.
can.
all right.
I mean, I was feeling the aesthetics. It's
Jess,
okay.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
already
Too
know
much light. Too much light.
what
Okay.
I want to do is hang out with you guys. I already know this. I already know this. I know I'm gonna laugh my butt off, and I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna hear all sorts of great stories. So let's try to do that now. We're
Wait,
already.
Bob. Before we start, I'm really curious. What's your zodiac sign? Like, when is your birthday?
This
I
is
was.
what Phyllis should have mentioned in her
Oh,
60
that's so
seconds.
funny. All right, let me pull up my co-star so you really get the lowdown.
Oh.
So I'm a Libra, but I'm
Okay.
a Leo
Your air
moon
sign.
and a Scorpio rising.
Oh, what's your moon?
Leo moon. I'm October
Oh
1st.
wow! So you're a very confident person. Okay, cool. Okay,
Yeah,
Bob, I like
that's
it.
me.
Great
That
leadership
sums me up.
skills.
And I'm a Libra. I like things to be. I like the scales of justice. I'm all about like when you guys are talking about things that are right and wrong. I'm all about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a total left brain, right brain guy. So Jessica knows this stuff about me, and she's gotten to know me.
This is
But
true.
wait a minute. So did that help Phyllis in any way?
It does. It gives me a good it's a nice icebreaker, of course, but
Yeah,
also you kind of get it's like a guideline, like a
yeah,
very loose guideline of how that person is or who they can be, So
yeah.
yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, Bob.
All
Okay.
right,
So far I like the vibes. Okay.
all right. Natasha and
She
I get
asked
along as
all of
well.
us
I don't know
that.
what her signs are, but we get
She's
along.
a Leo.
She's a Leo. All right. So,
Yeah.
so are Leos like big personalities? If we want to kind of,
Very,
all right.
very big
So I can see that
personality.
with her. Her and I can see that a little bit. I need to give her some space, you know. But so all right. So I want to hear. First of all, you guys rooming together. This would be so much fun. How much laughing do you guys do? Like when you're rooming together. I know you're just getting to know each other then, but
We do a lot. But when I first met her, Bob, that's what I thought she was going to talk about. We were at training camp. So we were roommates for training camp because we had been roommates at World Relays.
Oh yeah.
Bob, every morning she would hop out of the bed like a frog, and then she would play that song by Bishop Bullwinkle, Hell No.
Oh
To the no, 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 hell to. She did that for like the first 4 days, and I was like, is this
yeah,
the
that was
same World
amazing.
Relays person? Because we were in relay camp for 2 weeks. I'm like, I can't take 10 more. And one of them was like, hey, what he's saying, that's me. Hell no. Because I mean, she would sing that to the no, no, to the
No,
no, no. I'm like, girl,
no,
you.
no. Yeah, I used to
I'm
sing
like,
it.
I think it
you're
was the
dancing
jumping out
too.
of her bed like a frog. Like, I mean, literally, I would watch her like jump out and she like land like she looked like. I'm like, what are you doing? Y'all are ducks in Oregon. Like, I'm lost.
Ducks kind of hop.
And
They kind of hop a little bit. Just
do
they,
they? Is
they
it
kind of
hopping?
do.
Is it not waddling?
What define hopping? Isn't that when your feet like we can get quite literal if you want to. I mean,
And this is the one thing that we do. We're
You
both
guys,
stubborn. She's
you're
a
both.
Taurus. Very
Oh,
no 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 no. Yeah,
when's your birthday,
I've
Phyllis?
learned.
May 4th, May the 4th be
Oh
with
my gosh, my daughter's May 1st. Yeah, I know all about the Taurus.
Oh, nice. Look,
Some of
we're
my
just
favorite people
wonderful
are Tauruses. I don't
people.
know why I've put so many Tauruses around me.
Strong,
They're really
strong
great
women.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We are. We're
Daylon is
just
the
stubborn.
first. Dr. Isom is the first. You're the fourth. E-Man's the sixth. It, Stiggy's the 15th. I'm like, you know what? It's just this energy. Just this energy is just
Look at
it
it.
ain't always right.
It's
It
not
ain't always
always.
it's not always right. And but the one thing I do love is them together because they're very strong-headed, and like when they get together, the heads don't get less strong; they get stronger. And I'm like,
Really?
wow, watch me. And it's very interesting how they're. I mean,
Because they have to keep
Phyllis,
going, right?
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. Me and Phyllis are very much like the last word, the last. I want to be correct, and how she said like, well, what's technically happening? Like it turns into that.
Yeah.
That to me, that means she knows that she's wrong, but she's trying to create
Ooh,
another scenario.
Alternative
Scenario.
reality.
So we definitely, yes, it's always a good time. We love food. I think that's
we
the one
do.
thing. Her
We do.
grandma gave us her sweet potato
Oh my
souffle
god.
Mhm.
recipe for thanks. I mean, we were having what were we have? We were just having a barbecue at Phil's house. Um, oh my gosh, I was so nervous, even though nobody else ever tasted grandma souffle but me and
Right.
Phyllis.
You
But
did
I'm
a
like,
good
the
job,
standard's
though. You
so
did a good
high.
job with
Wait a
that.
Thank
minute.
You did
you.
Whose
a good
grandma
job.
Phyllis' grandma. She gave
made
us
the
a sweet potato
souffle?
souffle. Well,
Yeah.
so for Thanksgiving,
Oh my
she
god.
cooked at Phyllis' house, froze it, and then Thanksgiving was 2 weeks later. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I really questioned the
That's
legitimacy of the food, and I was a little nervous. I'm like, 2 weeks later, how are we gonna? And like, Grandma souffle came through for the people, and I was like, Phyllis, I never had souffle before, but I love this. And so we called Grandma, and I was like, I'm the one who has to try to recreate this, but
you
nobody
did.
else that from the party ever had it. So they wouldn't have known. But just the pressure.
It's a lot.
It was, it
Phyllis, where
was
do you
really
live?
fun.
What city are
Hmm?
you in, Phyllis? Where do you live?
I'm in Pflugerville. I'm 20 minutes outside of Austin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yep.
Austin, Texas.
I know where
Mhm.
that is. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
I've probably seen you on the track when we've been shooting stuff. Go.
Maybe. I'm
I don't
so
know.
weird in the track world. I'm just kind of like to myself, secluded in the
Does she
corners.
seem like a New Yorker?
Probably not.
There's
Maybe.
yeah, there's a little New Yorker. Well, I'm seeing it's Taurus, but there's a New Yorker Taurus in there. I'm seeing that New York swag. That's what I'm seeing.
Oh.
But I want to come. Well, what I'm really getting at is I want to come over. Is Grandma down in Pflugerville? Because
Oh, no,
Grandma's
I,
in New York.
Grandma's in New
no,
York.
she's in Atlanta. She moved to Atlanta.
Dang.
Yeah, she used to
Well,
live in
we're going
there.
to Atlanta then. We need to go to Atlanta. We love
Jessica, I
food.
want to come to after USA's. We're gonna go to Annapolis, so I
Oh
want you to come over, or we'll come to you,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then
Okay, that's not
we'll have
far.
your souffle.
No,
Okay.
she made the souffle. Now that I think about it, I probably only cooked like one thing during the barbecue. I was like, no wonder she was, because Jessica and we have debates, but that was probably the first time she's really frustrated with me. Like we were arguing, which was really funny because we never argue. I was like, oh wow, she's really mad. But looking back at it now, I'm like, dang, she really did cook I was in charge of the jerk chicken, and all I did was marinate that and bake it. She had to grill it at the end of the day. So her souffle, she was a little nervous about it, but man, it turned out so well. So well.
Thank
It was
you.
really good. Yeah, you did a really good job. I didn't tell you that, but
Thank you.
it,
I
it,
was
it was
upset
good.
about the grill. I was like, who plans a barbecue if they don't have the stuff that they need to get the grill going?
It's
Like,
one of my
I'm really the
kryptonites. I
person.
don't know how to grill. I do not know how to grill or
I
get it
didn't
going.
know that. I thought she knew how. So we had to wait for somebody else. And like, I'm
Oh,
on YouTube. We're like on YouTube looking up like how to get the fire started. Bob, it was
I
windy. It
should have
was a
been there.
very
Oh,
frustrating
that the
time.
wind is not a
You
problem.
should
I
have.
would have been all over
Oh
the
You
place.
should
wow,
have.
perfect. There we go. We were missing
You should
Bob.
have been there.
That's
I
what it
should have
was.
been there. I had a
We
Yeah.
were
roll.
missing the coals. We were either missing the coals that you just light them and they do it themselves, or we was missing the
Yeah,
choo choo train, the
you
little
got.
choo choo, the
Yeah,
chimney.
you have to
We
have
don't
the
have
chimney.
that.
Yeah, you got to get the
Yeah.
chimney going. Yeah.
I told her
Yeah.
that's what she's getting for Christmas
We
because this
were
is not
we
gonna
were
happen
struggling.
again.
We were
It's not
struggling.
gonna
It was
happen
like those
again.
old grills too that you see, yeah, like a fire
Which is
pit,
fine. Which
which
is
is fine.
fine.
The
But
old grills work. People were grilling before they had the grills.
Exactly. I just didn't know how to get it going. So
All right. So next time we see each other, the first thing we're doing is teaching you how to make a
Agree.
grill.
Yeah.
oh,
Okay.
that would be an honor. Thank
Once
you.
once you get it,
I would be really. Hmm?
it's like riding a bike. Once you learn to grill, but then it becomes that art form of how to build that tower properly and distribute the briquettes.
Look,
Come
I'm
on,
all for
Burkett's.
it.
Come on,
Like,
Burkett's. Come
I'm all for it,
I want
Bob.
to know: have you guys been on the same relay team where one of you is handing off to the other?
Besides
on.
2015, yeah.
15? No. Oh my gosh. Have we only really been on one together? Yeah, because I didn't make 17. I only ran
World
in the prelims of
relay.
19. No, you went. I was in the mixer than the regular. Yeah, only Royal Relays and Worlds that year. She was first and I was second. That's one of my favorite pictures. There's a great picture out
Oh
there, and
yeah,
it's
I
like
know
both
which
of
one
our
you're talking
wrists, and
about.
we both have like different bands and stuff on, and we're like passing. I'm gonna go find. I'm gonna post that. Tomorrow's Tummy Tuesday, but I'll I'll post it on Wednesday. I'll post it on Wednesday. It's a great picture. It's a because they have it from like different angles. They have one it's like up,
The
so
aerial
that it's
view, I like
yeah,
Oh, I think I
that.
did see that one actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really cool.
and then
That
it's
was
just
really
like
cool.
one where we're passing a baton. So yeah,
The
good
All right,
job.
Jess. So what other? I'm gonna take a back seat here and let you ask some of your questions here.
Okay, as Phyllis knows, she's been doing this for a long time. Like she said, her first year out of school was 2015, so it's been 7 years, and in 7 years, you've made what, three world championship teams. You've made three world championship finals. You've won one world championship in the 400
Mm.
individually. You got fifth at the Olympics. You got fifth at a Worlds where y'all ran so fast. Like the time that she ran, getting fifth, like the previous, well, in
You talking
any
about
other year,
2019?
she would have gotten
Yes.
like third, which is crazy. So I just want to
Wow.
know when you um the year you won worlds in 2017, like what were you thinking? You did something before you started the race, which was going around, and I want to know why you did that. Like what were you thinking? Do you remember what you did before you started the race in 2017, the year you won worlds?
Like when I got to the line or
Yes, when you were at the
before?
line and the camera came on you and you
Oh, you
did
mean the little
something.
salt
Yeah.
bay? I did that. Yeah, I did a little salt bay. You remember Jeremy? Jeremy used to work at Texas A&M. He said, "You gotta do salt bay. Just do it. Just do it." And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm not doing that because I get so nervous, and I usually have anxiety attacks before races, especially big races like that. I'm like, no, no. But for some reason that day, I was like, you know what? The cameraman's on me. I'm like, okay, I'll do it just for Jeremy. Like, whatever. Like, I don't care. So I did that, and it was cold. It was cold. It was very cold. That's
Tell
all.
us about the race. I mean, tell us what were you thinking? Because didn't you have like Shanae and Allison on the outside of you, and they took it out? I remember that race. Like they went off. How did you? What were you thinking when? I mean,
I
being
was
in
like
a lane
sandwiched in
behind
between
them.
them. Yeah, I was
Okay.
like sandwiched. Like Allison was on the inside, Shanae was on the outside. Um, I just remember just I just remember, okay, Shanae's gonna get out.
Is this
Just
the
hold
photo
on.
right here?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. When I was bald, short haircut back in the day.
You weren't
Um,
bald.
I wasn't. I consider it. Well,
Okay.
okay, a shortcut.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, you're right. You're right about that.
Okay.
My main thing was just like stay with Allison. Just stay in the pack. If you stay in the pack, you have a strong finish. You should be fine. So we're not gonna think about it. Just go. I remember, I don't know why. Yeah, it's so weird. It was kind of like a blur. I only remember the last like 10 meters. I
Mm.
felt everybody was cheering. I felt like the crowd just went quiet, and I crossed the line. I'm like, why is the cameraman on me? Like, what's going on? Like, did somebody fall? And then I was like, oh snap, I won. I was like, I won? No way. This is so wild. I think
So,
there's like photos out there where I'm just surprised.
so this photo here. So this is that year. It says
Is that
Yeah.
earlier? Yeah, because the track is wet and we all look cold.
so.
So
Where are you? Do you remember where this is? I mean, obviously, this is the final 100 meters, right? So,
I
do you?
think so.
Let's at this point, it looks like you're behind. So, do you remember where you were in the last 50 meters?
I thought it's funny. I thought I was up there, but looking back at the clip, I was like, oh wow, I was kind of behind. A lot of people were saying like, you're behind, you closed. I was like, oh, I guess I was. I didn't even realize it. I thought I was right in the mix. But I know I was, I was in the zone. I was like, just finish, Phyllis. Just finish, and I did. So I was. It's really exciting. Sorry, it wasn't as excited. Yeah, I mean, for me, most people are like, man, we were thinking you were thinking something else or
Yeah.
something grand. Nope, I was just thinking just finish. Stay with Allison. Okay, don't let her pass you. Stay everybody, hold, and just close.
Cool.
Yeah, I try to keep it simple because if you start
Yeah.
overthinking, it just becomes overwhelming. Who wants to think
Yeah.
about that? Oh God.
No, that's good though. That's something that I learned.
Oh no, Jess froze up.
Oh, she did. Jessica.
Jess, you froze. Oh my goodness. All right, so while she's frozen, she's frozen. Is that something, Phyllis, that do you feel it when you're coming down the stretch like that? Do you feel like I got this? Is it more of a feel energy thing when you're that tight with two other people, or is it you're just in your own zone i- and that's all you're feeling?
I'm usually in my own zone. I try
Yeah.
not to think too much about because I can't control what other people are doing. I can only control what I'm doing. So um, I just focus on me, and it's a lot easier. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's so much easier to just focus on yourself and what you have to do rather than focusing on yourself and what that other athlete's going to do because they can do something completely different from their usual routine. Like they're used to going out, now they slow down and they start picking up the second half of the
Right.
race. You're like, oh God, I'm freaking out. Me, I'm just like, just stick to the race plan, adjust if needed, and believe in yourself.
What do you think it takes to be the greatest?
The greatest. Believing in yourself. I always tell people it always starts with the mind. It starts with the mind first. You have to visualize it. You have to see yourself going through. If you cannot visually see yourself or create any sort of depiction of you being successful or great, and that's just not with track. That's just with everything in life. Then it's going to be really, really hard for you to achieve it. Not saying it isn't possible, because it's still plausible, but it'll be difficult. So I would say believe in yourself, think about it, visualize it.
So what is I mean, we ask this question like every time. Obviously the company's called World's Greatest, right? So
Mhm.
I'm obsessed with this idea of what does it take to be the greatest? What do you think it is about visualizing? Is it
Oh,
go ahead.
oh no, no. Is it what? I'm sorry.
I'm just like is it really like you're creating a reality by putting it in your head and making it more real because you're putting kind of a visual around it and therefore it's kind of a reality that you can see in your head and therefore that means what you can visualize you can accomplish.
Yeah, absolutely. It's because the mind is a powerful tool. I think a lot of people underestimate it. It's more than just thinking about it. It's like you said, you're creating your own reality as to what you can achieve. If you keep telling yourself, I can't do that because of this and that, then it's going to be mentally telling your body because wherever your mind goes, the body will follow.
Yeah.
So if you think about it like, nah, I can hit this time. I'm going to try to shoot for the moon. Okay, there may be there may be a possibility where you don't hit the moon, but you're still reaching for the stars, and that helps if you visualize it. So that's why it's nice to kind of create that reality, and of course work hard. Like we can think about it all day, but if you're not working towards that, then
Yeah.
it's just gonna be an illusion.
Jess is back.
She's
I'm
back.
back. I'm back. Can you hear me?
We can
Yeah
hear
we
Oh, okay,
you.
cool.
I had to again. Good thing I'm on here, Jess, because
I'm trying to tell you. It
Right? Come
literally
through for
just
the
said
Libras,
like,
Bob. Come through for the
yeah,
Libras, Bob. If
yes.
we can't rely on Capricorns, we could always rely on the
first
Libra.
of all, it was a
Oh,
Taurus
here it
who
comes.
struggled.
Mhm.
I would think that a Taurus would know a lesson or two in humility.
Oh.
My goodness.
Hey, one of the things you brought up this word, Jess. I just want to jump in. So we're like embedded. So we have a bunch of different crews doing all sorts of stuff. So we're actually shooting Devin in Oslo. We got a little crew that's
Mhm.
local there, following him. We're here. We were in New York. Now we have another crew though here in Seattle. We've been following the Brooks team, the Brooks, mid distance running team, from Albuquerque to Portland. Now we're in Seattle, and so Danny Mackey is their coach. And so
Mhm.
I asked him, we're at his house, or actually his brother's house, doing an interview with him, and I asked him, what does it take to be the greatest? And he really surprised me. His first word was humility.
Mm.
Mm.
I thought it was fascinating, right? And I'm like, so what is it about humility? I mean, I can grasp the concept, but what is it about it? And he said, it's about you, um, really it's the self-assessment of of you,
Mm.
in being honest with yourself. Therefore, there's not the bluster around, trying to blow yourself up, and not,
Mhm.
or ignoring what you didn't accomplish, or did accomplish. But being humble means kind of being aligned with yourself. I
Mm.
thought it was really interesting, and I thought you guys might have more insight on that. What do you think about that?
That's a great perspective. I mean, I never have known humility to be explained in that way. I feel like, it's always just been kind of like a lowly, or not thinking as high as you can. I feel like that's how humility has been taught. But I really like his way better. It's not about you thinking you're greater, or you're less than, or trying to even, I guess, compare yourself to something else, or someone else, but you're really just trying to say, this is who I am. And if that's how you feel about it, aligning yourself with those, I heard Phyllis talking about earlier about like thoughts and stuff, aligning yourself with those thoughts, aligning those thoughts with your actions, aligning those actions with your life. So I think that's great. I'm gonna take that. I'm not gonna take that in those exact words, but that's gonna be something that sticks with me about humility, or just about alignment. So
I
What do you?
completely concur with wherever Jessica is on the screen. I completely concur with her on that. Yeah, I don't want to like repeat what she just said, but I completely
No, I
concur.
mean, I think it's interesting because I think there's a lot of different personalities in track and field, for sure, for sure.
Right.
The But Jess, I do feel like you are a humble person, um, and I think part of humility is like respect, right? Respect for others, respect for yourself, um, and I don't know, that just really struck me. Like, I was really surprised because I've asked that question a million times, and the answers are about there's about 8 or 10 answers, basically. It was the first answer in probably 200 athletes that I've ever talked to, or coaches, the first different answer that I've heard. So, yeah, that was like, wow. So when you mentioned it, I thought, let's bring it up. The
yeah.
So Jess, we're over our time though. What do you want to do about this?
Um
I feel like we haven't even dove in,
I
but
know.
we gotta go.
I know we had so many technical difficulties. We're gonna have to try this again.
What are you guys
Yeah.
doing on Thursday?
Nothing.
Okay.
Right.
Hey,
Okay. Now that we know how
besides
this
besides
works,
training, nothing.
let's do a repeat on Thursday. I'm
yes.
out. I'll just produce. You guys do it.
We're gonna
If
miss you, Bob.
I
Hey,
know, Bob.
I'll be behind the scenes. You- you'll see me soon enough.
Okay. Okay. We'll do it again. You got to come with another look then, Phyllis, because you gave us a look today. So I'm looking
Right. This was like laid back, going to the gas station. Let me put my pearls on, kind
for.
Go and you see. You are a comedian. The best comedians save that last bit for the punchline. Going to the gas station, putting on the pearls. Like
Yeah.
there it was. Good punchline.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll do part 2. That's what we'll have.
Part 2. I love it. It truly has been an honor speaking with you, meeting you, Bob, virtually. I cannot wait to meet you in the physical realm of things.
We're gonna have a blast. I already know when we
Ooh,
get
I'm
together. This is gonna be so much
excited.
fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jessica, I see you. I see you every, I think once a month at least. So
She's tired of me.
Hey, you should
Right.
come up. You should come up when we see Jess in Maryland.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because
East
it's not
Coast.
that far from New York either, I don't think.
We'll
Where
shoot
we're
some
at.
new content. Yeah. We'll shoot
Okay,
content with
yeah,
both of you guys.
yeah. Send me the dates. I'm down for it.
All right. Okay. Road trip.
Yes, I just love a good road trip. Okay, I know it's like past your time, guys, but yes, I love it. I am all for it.
Okay.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Jessica. It was a pleasure.
Okay, it was a pleasure. Thank you, Philly Phil. Now that we got it all together, now that you know how to work, don't even mess with the computer. We'll just your phone was did all right. I don't know what.
Okay. And the lighting was okay.
It's
you're looking.
working.
You look good. You look
You
yes. Give me a little
Okay.
left, right.
yeah.
Yes,
You look
right,
good.
right.
You know,
Yes.
we're always up for improvements. Look at my lighting. I'm in some bad hotel room, so you know, I got a lot of blue light going on, but I do have a new haircut.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, okay, Bob.
Right. No, for
Okay,
real.
I got a
Bob.
little tight,
Okay, I
a little
like it.
tapered.
Okay.
Oh man,
We'll have part 2, and maybe Devin will try to join us if he
Oh,
can.
Devin,
Devin
he's
has been
going to
around.
Paris
I
next. Is
chatted
the
with him.
problem?
Oh, he is going. I thought that was
Yeah.
already. I thought that was already. Oh,
No.
those other meets
Remember what he said on
after
the
this
last
meet.
show? Yeah, he
I
said
thought they were before this meet, but they're after this.
no. Yeah, this is what he
Okay.
was saying when he was asking you, "Am I trying to do too much?" Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's on a flight right now to Oslo. Then and that meets on Wednesday,
Okay,
and that
Devin.
and then it's Paris, and then it's Eugene.
Okay.
He'll go home to Annapolis,
Devin.
pack, and fly to Eugene.
Okay.
But he wants that. He needs his edge. Like he's
Yeah.
gotta. He hasn't had enough races.
Okay.
But he did 12.84 12 days after having COVID. So, you know.
Yeah.
I told him, I guess you don't need me texting you asking you how you feeling. I guess that's what my text was to him after the race yesterday. So.
Yeah. Right. It's something about those experiences where we're on the edge where it's like I have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Everything to gain. Okay. Well, we'll do part 2 on Thursday. Same time.
Same time, 8.
8 your time.
Okay, I will put that on a sticky note.
Mark that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jess, I'm gonna let you wrap it up. You can
Okay. Okay. Thank you for joining us tonight on What Were You Thinking? It was more like what's going on because we're having so many technical issues. But on Thursday, we're going to get back to What Were You Thinking? We're going to have Phyllis Francis back. Bob's going to be behind the scene. But until then, you can follow us on our Phyllis, your social media. Tell us where we can find you.
Philly Phil, I think it's _88.
Uh-huh.
I want to say that. Yes, Philly Phil _88.
That's on Instagram.
That is on IG. I have a Twitter, but I'm not really on that. Don't follow me. So just follow me on IG.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You can follow me at Rain2. You can follow World's Greatest at World's Greatest Team on Instagram. World's Greatest without any of the vowels on Twitter. And we also have a YouTube, World's Greatest. You can follow Morty by following Phyllis because she's gonna put Morty on her story for sure.
Yes.
Morty looks sleepy. His little tongue out. Let me
I
tell you, that
know.
one dog that snore loud. Okay. Um, which is okay, but it is he looked tired. Don't have my when he ready to go to bed, he going to bed with or without you. Okay, that's one thing Morty gonna do, and I appreciate that about him. He'll snuggle up with you too. He always found a way into my guest bedroom from Phyllis' room to lay next to me,
Yes.
even though she claimed that he don't lay on the bed. I'm like, how did he get up here then? I was asleep. So
And
that's
he's
a
a Sagittarius.
This is why we gotta hang out together.
yes.
I'd literally just be giggling the whole time.
So thank you all for joining us tonight. Part 2 is coming on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. World's Greatest. What were you thinking? Brought to you by FanFest, World's Greatest Team. Until next week, well, next Thursday. This Thursday, the 16th. Just join us on the 16th.
Yeah.
See you then. Thank you. Have
Thanks,
a good night,
Phyllis.
Thank,
y'all.
thank you. Bye.